Princess Diana's life was full of love, pain, and courage. She was a princess who changed the world with her kindness. This is her story, a story of a woman who touched millions of hearts. Princess Diana was born on July 1, 1961, in England. Her full name was Diana Frances Spencer. She came from a rich and noble family. They were close to the royal family, and her childhood home was near the Queen's house. When Diana was little, she sometimes played with the young princes at the royal swimming pool. But her childhood was not happy. Her parents fought a lot. When Diana was only 6 years old, her mother left the family. This made Diana very sad and lonely. At school, Diana was shy and quiet. She was not a strong student. She failed her exams and left school at 16. After leaving school, Diana went to Switzerland for a short time to study at a finishing school, but she did not like it and soon returned to London. In London, she worked as a nanny, helping families with their children. Later, she became a teacher's assistant at a kindergarten. She lived a quiet and simple life, taking buses to work and sharing a small apartment with friends. At that time, she was just a normal young woman, sweet, shy, and kind, and no one imagined that she would one day become the most famous woman in the world. In 1980, Prince Charles was 32 years old. The royal family wanted him to marry and have children. He had met Diana before. He had even dated her older sister, Sarah. But soon, the royal family's attention turned to the younger Spencer girl, Diana.
Charles and Diana met a few times before he asked her to marry him. Diana was 19 years old, and Charles was 32, a big age difference. Their wedding took place on July 29, 1981, at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. It was called the Wedding of the Century. Millions of people watched on TV. Diana wore a big, beautiful dress and looked like a fairy tale princess. But even on that happy day, there were signs of trouble. Charles still loved another woman, Camilla Parker Bowles.
After the wedding, Diana entered royal life, full of rules and traditions. She said it felt like being thrown into the deep end. No one taught her how to be a princess. She felt lonely, confused, and watched all the time. Soon, she discovered that Charles was still in love with Camilla. Before the wedding, she had even found a bracelet he made for Camilla. On their honeymoon, she heard him say on the phone, "Whatever happens, I will always love you." Diana felt broken. She said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." She became depressed and developed an eating disorder called bulimia. She would eat a lot and then make herself sick. She said it made her feel like she had control, but really it was a way to hide her sadness.
Even after giving birth to Prince William, 1982, and Prince Harry, 1984, she suffered from postpartum depression. When she tried to talk to Charles, he didn't listen. When she spoke to the Queen, she felt misunderstood. The royal family thought her illness was the cause of her problems, but it was actually a sign of her pain.
She said, I was crying for help, but no one was listening. Over time, Diana decided to change. She learned how the royal family worked and how the media worked too. She realized she could use her fame to do good things. She began visiting hospitals, schools, and charities. She touched people, hugged children, and spoke kindly to everyone. In 1987, she visited an AIDS hospital and shook hands with a patient without gloves. At that time, people were afraid to touch AIDS patients, but Diana showed the world there was nothing to fear. Her message changed hearts around the world. She also worked to help children, the homeless, and victims of war. In 1997, she walked through a minefield in Angola to show the danger of landmines. The photo of her walking in a helmet and vest became famous everywhere. Her courage helped the world take action to ban landmines. Diana became a symbol of kindness and strength. People saw her as a princess with a real heart, not just a royal title. Diana's marriage kept getting worse. In 1991, she secretly worked with a writer named Andrew Morton. She recorded tapes about her pain, her eating disorder, and Charles's affair. The book, Diana, Her True Story, came out in 1992 and shocked the world. People realized how unhappy she was. Then, in 1995, Diana gave a famous BBC interview. She spoke honestly about her life, her sadness, and her dreams. She said she didn't want to be Queen of England. She wanted to be Queen of people's hearts. This interview changed everything. It made Diana more popular than ever, but for the royal family, it was a disaster. Soon after, the Queen told Charles and Diana to divorce. They officially divorced on August 28, 1996. Diana received £17 million, but she lost her title, Her Royal Highness. Still, she kept the name Princess of Wales and continued to live at Kensington Palace. Now Diana was free and stronger than ever. After the divorce, Diana continued her charity work. She wanted a quiet life and more time with her sons. But the paparazzi never left her alone. They followed her cars and took thousands of pictures every day. In the summer of 1997, she started dating Dodi Fayed, the son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. They spent time together in France and on a yacht. In August 1997, Diana and Dodi went to Paris. Late at night, they tried to escape the paparazzi, photographers chasing them. Their car crashed in a tunnel. Dodi and the driver died instantly. Diana was taken to a hospital, but she died a few hours later. She was only 36 years old. When people heard the news, they cried all over the world. Millions of people brought flowers, candles, and letters to her home. It felt like everyone had lost a friend. At first, the royal family stayed silent and people were angry. Later, the Queen came to London and gave a speech. She said Diana was an exceptional and gifted person. Diana's two sons, William and Harry, continue her work today. William helps homeless people. Harry works against landmines and talks about mental health. They both speak openly about their feelings, just like their mother did. Diana changed the royal family forever. Before her, royals were cold and silent. She made them kind, open, and human. Diana showed the world that true power comes from kindness, and that even with pain, you can still make a difference. She broke the rules and made history. That is why people still call her the People's Princess. My dear friends, to watch the next story about a famous person, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. Thank you so much.